Taking a look at the weekend sports. Thanks so much, Leanne and Kat. They'll be back at 7 o'clock with your Express. Garen Lamley, good morning.
Morning, Liesl.
Busy week with the Proteas and lots of news making the headlines there. They're doing incredibly well against Sri Lanka in the ODI.
Absolutely. They've wrapped up the ODI series already 3-0. There are 2 matches to go. Actually, this afternoon in Kimberley, it's the 4th ODI. It starts at 2:30, and the 5th one will be played in Johannesburg on Sunday. That's a day game starting at 10 o'clock. AB de Villiers, the new captain, thinking things obviously very easy at the moment. He's won his first 3 games. Big news, Graham Smith, he's out of form. You know, there'd be calls for him to be rested or even dropped. Mike Proctor, the former South African Proteas, came out and said yesterday that the only reason he's in the team is because his friendship with coach Gary Kirsten. Not sure if that's true or not. Graham Smith's wife came out on Twitter this week and defended him, had a go at all the naysayers and all his critics. Interesting to watch there. But things going well. They're obviously heading off to New Zealand straight after the series. So Smith, I expect him to play in the next 2 matches.
It'll be quite interesting to see. And
Absolutely.
Nice that his wife's standing up for him.
For sure, for sure.
And then going over to Australia. Well, how's our South Africans doing in the Australian Open?
Mixed fortunes for the South Africans. You know, Kevin Anderson, he's actually in action as we speak. In the 3rd round, he's playing against Thomas Burditch, who's the 7th seed. It was 1-all when I last checked.
Yes.
The other South Africans, Chanel Skipper, she was knocked out in the 1st round, and Rick de Fust as well. Otherwise, no major upsets. The top 4 in the men's, you know, you've got the Djokovic and Nadal, Federer and Andy Murray. They're all still on track to all meet in the semi-finals. On the women's side, a lot of Russians with unpronounceable surnames, all doing well.
Come on, try it.
I'll get back to you on that. And Kim Kleister's, the veterans, Serena Williams, they're still all in action. So it's sort of interesting times still ahead in Down Under in Melbourne.
Now, I heard a little birdie tweeting to say you're leaving for Fan Court straight after eXpresso.
Straight after the show, I'm heading up to Fan Court. There's a big European tour event taking place at the Links. It started yesterday.
Great course. I've played there before.
Absolutely. Oh, it's a fantastic course. Very difficult
yeah.
course. Very long as well.
Yes.
Past 73.
Yes.
Nicholas Colsaerts, he's leading after round 1. He actually broke the course record, shot 900 at par.
Wow.
He's leading by 4 from Brandon Grace of South Africa, who won the Joburg Open last week, and Thomas Aiken, who hasn't got a sponsor at the moment.
I saw that.
He came out yesterday wearing a cap, Save the Rhino, which
yes.
is a fantastic initiative, you know, I believe. The Rhino obviously in the news lately, or what's happening to them. He's raising awareness for that. So I hope to catch up with him and high-five him for...
You have to take a photo and tweet it to eXpresso, please.
Will do for sure. So great stuff there. It's a limited field, 35 players, all struggling around the links, but it should be good fun. Can't wait to get there.
And then going over to the UK.
For the English Premiership, 2 big games on Sunday. You've got Man City against your team Spurs. Man City leading the log by 3 points at the moment.
That's why I'm pulling this face.
Straight after that game, we've got Arsenal, who's struggling a little bit this season. They're up against Man United. United obviously looking to close the gap on their bitter City rivals. So anything can happen there. Chelsea and Liverpool, the other 2 big teams, they're in action on Saturday afternoon. So look out for some fantastic Sunday action in particular.
So that's what we can look out for on Sunday. What else can we look out for this weekend?
The African Cup of Nations actually starts tomorrow. Without Bafana. The good news is next year we actually host the tournament, so we guarantee the spot. But this year's tournament, it's more a case of Africans' best talent on display. A lot of the English Premiership teams losing their talented South African or African players to the tournament. So
who's the best team?
Ivory Coast, the bookies have down as favourites. They've got Didier Drogba, Yaya Torres, African Player of the Year playing. Ghana, who did so well at the 2010 South African playing.
Yeah.
You know, they were 1 penalty kick away from reaching the semi-finals. They're the sort of the second favourites, if you like. But anything happens in the AFCON, you often get surprise finalists, let alone surprise winners. So look out for some of the smaller teams like Senegal, maybe even the hosts Gabon or Equatorial Guinea to do well. But it should be fantastic. Starts tomorrow, very late at night, sort of 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock kickoff time. So late mornings, if you like.
Late mornings. I can't wait. AFCON is one of my favourites. I sit glued because you see all these great players coming up that you don't always see everywhere.
And Botswana, sort of the teams closer to home, they're in action as well. So we'll be shouting for them. Well,
Garen, we'll catch up with more sport at 7. You'll give us an update on what's happening in the tennis. We'll give that to you live. Now it's time to go over to Kia, who's got news on your traffic and your weather.
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.